person who lives, let's say, in Makongeni Thika and works in Nairobi. Because after the Yaman, it adds up. Real estate property near Nairobi, they realized, because there is a road from Makongeni or from Keno, mimi nitakaa hapa. So what happened? Nairobi expanded. Cities expanded. Murang'a town used to be there, Murang'a town, like those who know it. It expanded even to Local 20. People now work in Murang'a town, they live in Local 20. Kisumu the same, Kakamega the same. So we all now have to think about, are there still real opportunities speculating in land? That's a question I leave to you. I don't think there is still as robust opportunity as there used to be. What more do we do with the money? Flats. It's okay. Just write it as flats. Because I want us to analyze. Flats, yes, you've built a real estate, you've bought a real estate, build it, or even bought rental income, which you are getting. The other thing you do is to buy boats. And also fixing money, whether here or Kenya. Fixing in the bank. Now, fixing money in the bank and buying treasury bonds and bills is the same thing. Because one you are lending to government, the other one you are lending to the bank. T-bills and bonds you are lending to government. Anytime you put a deposit in a bank, you have lent the bank your money. Yes. That is why even in the financial analysis of the financial statements of the bank, they call loans assets, but they call deposits liabilities. Because you have lent money to the bank. Now here they tell you, okay, you brought 2 million, fine. After 1 year, come for it, but we give you some interest of 10%. So buy government bond, 10 years, every year we give you 12%, but we pay you by annually. That's fine. But after 10 years, you still get your money. The same money. Only that your real money will be lower than that. There's a difference between nominal money and real money. Nominal is $1 million today and $1 million next year and $1 million 10 years to come. That's called nominal. But real is what it can buy. Real money is $1 million today. Will it still buy the same things 10 years to come? No. So that's the difference between real and nominal. So you have a decision to make there. You may do some investments that only account for inflation. That you are racing against inflation. Right now inflation in Kenya is 5.6%. So let's assume it goes to definitely it will be above 7% for me. And then you fix your money for 8%. So your real return is 1% if you adjust to inflation. Start kuleta mambo ya economics sana. Let me go to my final thing. What I'm giving you is my opinion. I am not an oracle of Omaha, like Warren Buffett. We come here to share experiences, to share opinions. But I am sharing my opinions to the best research I've done. Because one thing I do is to invest in research when I'm investing. And because we are sharing opinions, me, I am no longer buying real estate, no longer flats, no longer boats, no longer fixing money. So where is the money? Why are you putting money? I'm sure that's what you're asking then. I invest my money in shares. Equities. They are called equities. You can call them shares. You can call them stocks. And this is my analogy. If I take 10 million shillings and fix for 10 years, fixing can mean even buying T-boards. So I'll get the same 10 million after 10 years. Forget about this kidogo money they are giving me after every 6 months. That's just It's just to silence my mind from not thinking. So when they see you almost thinking, they throw you some interest rate. So by December, it's Christmas, you are getting paid another one, so you relax. So I operate in the scenario, I'm either going into investments to change my life, or I'm not going into it. That's my opinion. I'm not going to invest something. If you already have 10 million shillings, you already have it, your money, you already made it. And you go to an investment promising you to give you 10% after a year. That's $1 million. So a person with 10 million and the one with 11, what's the difference?
1 million.
Yeah, you don't see any difference there. It's so nominal to have any difference. And if you turn na mtu akwambie niko na 10 bob, mwingine 11 shillings, what's the difference? Or somebody has 100,000, another one has 110,000. The rest is called arbitrage. Yani, it's some money that can just get lost around, going to ATM here. When I'm withdrawing money, I see an ATM telling me you'll be charged $4 for just withdrawing. I tell them it's okay, go ahead. So what I'm saying is there are some gains you do in your investments that don't pass to be arbitrage. It's too small to change anything. So me, I don't do that. If an investment, I am not going to an investment to change things. What are the kind of person? What are the kind of person I am going to pray to you, my brother? So if I'm repeating, there are good opportunities to invest. Any investment that can't change your life. What is it? Yani, if you live in a house, you are paying rent back in Nairobi, 50,000, and another one 55,000. What's the difference in those houses? So it's the same.
Yeah.
So what's the need? What's the need of shifting from a 55,000 house or from a 50,000 house to a 50,000? It's the same. Difference will be maybe paid. One has, I don't know which paid, marginal things. So the reason I go into this category of investment is because I'm investing in something that has life. Companies has life. This company is many years old. It has life. Why does it have life? The cans they were selling 10 years ago are less than the ones they are selling today. It is growing. It is a mango tree that every year it has a way of evolving, or it has a maneuverability. It has the ability to evolve. So, but you, what are you saying? People bought Mumias, it collapsed. Others bought this. I mean, it's good to have that in the mind. Do not buy shares because others are buying. Never do an investment because somebody called you and told you it's good. All of you here have lost money out of, oh, you know, my cousin told me there is this app, there is this thing. I just decided to please him or her, invested, the money got swallowed. I can bet many of you have been into schemes where you have lost money. Somebody calls after church is given an opportunity to talk to the congregation after church. There is this magnificent, something nice, beautiful product you have from wherever. We are doing this and this and this. Put in your money. Even if the man never wanted, when you go home, the wife tells you, I think that guy was saying something sensible. Let's put in some money. To please your wife, you say, okay, let's put in this amount of money. And you end up losing the money. And by the way you are looking at me, you have all lost money. Not out of anything, just out of emotions. Because we invest, many times we invest because I was told, I was initiated into it. You can't come from Kabete from Kiharu. You go to JKIA. You come to Massachusetts or Seattle. I think I also have an accent already. Or to wherever. You come all the way and you can't exercise your mind when it comes to your own money. No, that can't happen. So always now when you're buying, let me repeat, the reason I invest in companies is because companies have life. But then, how do you determine these companies? And why so? Because they are publicly listed. When a company is publicly listed, there are some regulators who have already done some work for me at the basic level. A company cannot remain listed if they are not following the basics. So the basics are already done for me. If it's a bank, there is already CPK, there is NSC, there is CMA, there's some work we have done at the very least. So it's not like I'm investing in like a company I was told by somebody. A listed company, there is already some rigorous process for it to be there. So that's why I actually prefer a listed company other than an unlisted one. Because they have a lot to lose. They are already too regulated. Like banks in Kenya are literally run by CPK. If you see a bank collapse in Kenya, it is almost impossible nowadays. I mean, every single day they are run by CPK. The returns they have to do on a single day. So I know there is some fellow doing some work for me at the back. So listed, publicly listed companies, that's underlined there. Then which one and how do you know? One, when I'm investing myself, I invest for growth. Beyond anything else. I don't invest more for income. I invest for growth. Because there's more upside. There is more upside in buying a cow that is almost giving birth or having a calf, other than buying one that has provided milk for the last 10 years. There's a difference there. So me, I focus on this one that has potential to grow. So let's go. There is something you go Google later. When you're investing in a company, always look at something called PE ratio. PE ratio. You'll Google what it means later. You're in America anyway. Price over earning ratio. Go check. It shows you if you buy a flat. Listen here. If you buy a flat for 10 million and the flat is giving you $1 million per year, how long will it take you to recover your money?
10 years.
Then 10 years is what is called PE ratio. PE ratio measures periods. It measures years. So, when I'm buying a company, you'll find something very, very startling in Kenyan companies. Sorry, I've jumped there. Jump because about my target kumaliza. I look at several things. Global markets. I look at what is happening in America, NASDAQ, NYSE. I look at what is happening in the African markets. Then I come to the Kenyan market. It doesn't take you too long. So in the current situation, my opinion again, neither America, nor UK, nor anywhere else has got more undervalued companies than Nairobi Stock Exchange, nowadays called Nairobi Securities Exchange. Now, do the research with your phone data, especially using fundamentals, because me, I'm a fundamentalist. I don't want to invest in something because it rosy. I invest in something because I see value that is solid. So when I check the PE ratios in the companies in America, average is 26 years to return your money. But tech companies are even crazy. A company like Tesla, the PE ratio is over 300, I think. It will take you 300 years to recover your money. using earnings. South Africa is around 11. Actually around over 15 years on average. Nigeria around 11. Kenya 5.6 years. You'll be shocked. There is this company you hear called Kenya Power. Kenya Power is one of the companies I bought up to 2024 in the bigger way. I'll still buy them now. But the ones that are in the public domain a lot is the ones I bought up to 2024. So I did some research about this company. Realized by then Kenya Power was valued at 4 billion shillings. We're not talking about decades ago. You know those stories we read about Mesopotamia? No. 2024. By mid-2024, Kenya Power share was below 2 shillings. So I bought, accumulated. I ended up buying around 32 million shares. And I want you to do with your calculator. And I'm saying it because anyway it's in public. So whether I say it or not, you already know. Yeah. So I want you to take your phone. Because it's something I want your mind to start having from today. So I did research. Always do research. Even what I'm saying, go research about it. Don't say I'm doing it because then the NYORO was here and said no. So do by then 32 million shares. But the average buying price was 1.8 shillings. 1 shilling 80 cents. How much is that? 57. Yeah? 57. So I ended up selling a few more. Kidogo nikauza because of just either divesting to another or whatever. Then I ended up, I think, with 26 million shares. So now, forget about that, there were 32. Now do another one. Have in mind your 57. Do now the 26 million. Yesterday, the share average is around 17 shillings now. It is around 16 something, but do with 17. How much is that? 442. The reason I've done that is because even if you wanted to know, you'd know, because it's public. But also to tell you, some of these things are not stories. You know, there are things we hear, then we say, it's a story to see, and here you go up, I can tell the same story. So, the PE ratio, now listen to this. I'm still buying myself Kenya Power. Can you just imagine that? Even at 17. Why? Listen here. A company is currently valued at around 33 billion. That's the entire valuation today if you bought it. All of it. But they made a profit of 24 billion last year. Just try to process what that is. Does it even seem real? The company made a profit of 24 billion last year. Yet if you bought it all today, you would buy it at 33 billion. Equal to 6 degree all. To eat the African Buildings PLC. So 1 year profit tulipe bank. The second year ikiwa nusu tulipe bank na tuwaambie mkwende hii ni bank yetu, hii kampuni ni yetu na hatuna deni ya mtu. Where do you get that kind of amount? We have been trying to check NYSC, Nigerian market, JSC. I have not seen an opportunity better than that. I want you to go check Kengen, for example. Kengen valuation is around, let's say, 60 billion shillings, the entire company. Their assets, the valuation of their assets is 500 billion. If you bought all the shares, you spend 60 billion. Their total assets is 500 billion. Their PE ratio is below 6.
Wow.
Now, I look at it this way. Power, that's energy sector. In the foreseeable future, ile iko karibu, you try kuachana na KPLC, unaenda 2 years unarudi. It's a utility. Utility companies are sticky. Once you get Safaricom to do, you buy a Safaricom line. The line I used to pay for Safaricom is the one I bought from KU. It's a utility.
Yes.
Utility is sticky.
Yes.
When you buy a company with sticky products, your relationship with your clients, yes, you try to improve it, but the client is usually not having many choices. So you are better off in there as an investor. Power in Kenya, KenGen, is the market leader in power generation, the cheapest in power generation. Even if I forget all other things, they are asset rich. They make money. They pay dividend every year. So me, when I do the math, I don't even consult anyone. I don't care. I go buy. And I don't buy like I'm buying a share. I go with this mentality that I'm having here, like I'm buying the whole company. You might think I have the whole Kenya Power. It's only 1.5%. But I'm going there like I'm buying the whole of it. Because when I go with that mentality, I'm able to make a more informed decision.
Mm-hmm. It's true.
And it is passive. I don't care what they do. My basic analysis, I don't go to Kenya Power. I don't care who the CEO is. I look at the fundamentals. The beauty, if I want to sell it tomorrow, I sell. So that's the reason. Let's go to the banks in Kenya. Banks. I want you to do a thorough analysis of Kenyan banks. And I'll use 2. I want you there with your phone. Just check. Please, the mentions of these companies is not a guidance for you to buy. I am telling you to go think. Research further. I'm just provoking our mind. I want you to check. First of all, confirm what I told you. What is the valuation of Kenya Power Company? Now, check, AI will give you. That's the one. It made a profit of 24p. What's that even?
Oh my God.
What is that? Does it make sense? Does it? Higher, let's go to banks. I want you to check. What is the valuation of KCB Bank today? Because I want us to do something called P ratio together as I finish. Because this hall today, you have capacity to buy as a controlling stake in a listed company in Kenya. Mukwe mnatuma wawili wenu waende board meetings wanarudi hapo.
Let's do it.
Amen.
And that's the mentality we must have.
Yes.
Instead of gonna flat hapa mwingine wapi. No, you have the ability, individually even, not even at mweke chama, but you focus on one company, but you know each other. Companies' boards of directors in Nairobi or anywhere else, they are voted through majority of shares. Unaenda kule na proxy forms, umesaidiwa na hawa watu wote. Mnatuma bishop na one person wanakuwa board of directors of that company that is listed. So, by the way, for the avoidance of doubt, I never came to talk to you to buy 100 shares, 200. You have more capacity. I came here to talk to you to start taking over our listed companies. Yes. That's the reason I'm here. And I'm not kidding. I'm not here as a motivational speaker. So I want you to check how much is the valuation of KCB Bank?
67.
No, that's profit.
215.
250. Use 220.
220 to 250. Yeah.
I want you to divide 220. Divide that. What you said is profit. It's how much? Can somebody check what was the net profit of KCB Bank in the year 2025?
181 million.
No, net. What was the net profit of KCB Bank Group?
68.4 billion.
68.4. Can you divide that to 20? Divide by 68.
Wow.
Yes. Can you listen to this?
3 years.
Muturi umepata nini?
3.2.
Can you just imagine that? The P ratio of the flat you are buying is 12 to 15 years. P ratio literally is, if I bought this house today and this house is 10 million, how long will it take me in terms of years to recover my money using net earnings? That is what P ratio means. So if this house is 10 million and the rent per year is 1 million, what's the P? So when you build a flat, how long does it take you to recover your money using rent? Usually?
10, 12 years.
5 to 10.
Never 5. Never, ever, anywhere.
9 to 10 years.
Flat? Never. Never, ever. 12, 15. Yani ukiwa so lucky it's to occupy it after your 10, it's difficult. Let's say 12 years. So you have an opportunity of a PE ratio here of 12 years of something that is static. Remember when you have a flat, after kunyeshe snow, you never get a flat of ghorofa 4 ati imekuwa ghorofa 5. I mean, there is no growth. Here you have an opportunity to buy something with life, which is a company with a P ratio of 3. And the history have shown you they are making higher profit every year than the previous year. So they are also adding gorofas on top. I mean, it doesn't sound real. Check for equity the same. The same thing you did, check for equity. Please check what the valuation of Equity Bank today was the profit you divide. It had 270 past. Now check the profit.
Profit after tax 2025 75.5.
Past. Chukua ile 275 divide na hiyo. 277 divide na hiyo.
So Mwagi is a trillionaire
How much?
for equity.
277 divided by 75.5.
3.6.
Imagine. You are buying the best brand in Africa. You are buying a growing bank. Currently, they are buying a bank in Mozambique. They are looking for a bank to buy in Mozambique and in Angola. Your parents who bought Equity shares when it was a building society. Every time Equity builds a new branch, their share is also there. Remember, see that the company opens a branch and issues small shares for that branch. That one share your parent bought back then. When Equity goes to Kisumu, it is there. When Equity opens in Kakamega, that share is also there. When Equity goes to Tanzania, that share is also there. They are now the largest bank in DRC. That share is still growing, it's also there. So you've bought a tree that is already bearing fruit and bearing more every year than the previous. But even if they don't grow, they are still better in terms of PE ratio than everything else you've been doing. Go check all the Kenyan banks, check the listed companies. As I finish, focus on companies in the NSE. Do research. I would have told you another company that I did something, only that I have not bought enough. I'll tell you when I buy enough. I know we are live somewhere on social media.
You should tell us now so we can buy.
No, I will tell you when I buy. This is a company listed in the NSE. I did some research. realized it was worth it by then around less than 300 million. Then I checked their assets. I realized they are so rich in the same real estate you want to buy. They have a prime land in Nairobi. They have operations of manufacturing outside of Kenya. But the valuation was too little. So I went in and bought 10% of it. Then I've been excavating to get more because I want at least 25% of it.
Wow.
Why? The math is literal, it's simple. If I bought this company, you're there. You go to buy real estate. Me, I buy this company, let's say the entire of it. So we are here. You go buy real estate. Me, I go buy this company. The real estate, to say the real estate alone in that company, the market has valued this company at around 300 million. But the real estate alone is more than 700 million. It doesn't sound real. So even if I bought it, say I am closing it, I was just buying it for this real estate, I'll still have achieved double than you. Because market, you make money in the market when market is not well informed, and our market is not well informed. Our market has information. So when you have basic information, you can make so much money. The gap between a person making money here and a person not making money is the amount of information they have. This information about listed companies, all of that information is in the public domain. There's nothing I've told you which is insider. Everything I've told you can go and see. In fact, you've Googled it and you have seen. So, but do we bother? No. We just want what my brother came here and told us to buy this. My sister told us now this is what people are doing. So we invest based on hearsay, based on somebody saying, on relatives' opinion, and you are here as a professional. You did actually CPA. CPA wewe unaenda kufanyia watu wengine nayo kazi. You can't work for yourself using that CPA to make money for yourself. Ladies and gentlemen, mukijipanga na mfanye research vizuri. This hall, we can meet after 1 year. 2 of you will be going to Nairobi twice a year for board meetings of a company will be having 10% stake as people here in this hall, 20% stake and the rest. And in these companies, you don't need to own a lot. My sister was talking about Mwangi of equity. Mwangi has only 5% of equity, man. Just 5%. Why do you want more? Out of that dividend profit they made 75.5 billion profit, but they only paid 22 billion in dividends. They reserved all the other money because they are buying other banks elsewhere to make more money, compounding. You're going to compound. So, out of the dividend equity paid of 22 billion, dividend alone got 1 billion shillings. Dividend alone. So why do you need to build things? Ukifanya hesabu yako ya mwisho wa mwaka, you are adding nothing. You are building flats. Who told you your work is to build other people's houses? Your work is to make your money work for you.
That's true.
But you gave yourself a role ya kujenga nyumba. Nani alikwambia na ana nyumba? So, who is this person who called you to tell you that they need you to build houses for them? Let your money work for you in the most efficient, optimal area there is. And money is not patriotic. When it comes to investing, wengine wengi mnajiuliza, sasa niko America, kila kitu yangu iko huko. Nitainvest America ama home? When I'm walking around with my ATM, mimi natoa pesa na niko America. Na kadi yangu ni ya Equity. Na mimi sitoi kwa Equity ATM. Because the world is a global economy.
Yes.
there is no ATM in America that has asked me to a dollar. Sitoi Kenya shillings ikiwa hapa eh. You know, I know you know that. Yeah. Those are basics. But I'm saying it for emphasis. There's no bank I've said, naweka inaniambia, Kenya, we have no Kenyan shillings. They're asking me how many dollars. I press. Why? Because the financial systems are impersonal. They are not patriotic.
Yeah.
It's about where is the best return.
Yeah.
So whether you are in America all your life, or in Kenya all your life, bottom line is, where will my money work for me?
Amen.
Optimally? And after my own analysis, I'm not telling you Kenya because you are Kenyans. Tomorrow I'm speaking to Indians. I'll also tell them the same. Because I've started their stock market. I've started American stock market. I've started the one for Nigeria. No market in the world is more at a value than our own market in Kenya. And you buy things when they are at a value. You don't buy things when they are overvalued. And you also don't make money when you are selling. You make money when you are buying. So me, I buy, you know, this can imepotwa kidogo nini, iko na uchafu. Say somebody, soda iko sawa ndani, but iko na uchafu hapa. It sells at 100. Somebody says, oh, he's selling at 40. That's what I'll come for. Sinimaji tu nioshe na ikuwe kama hii. So even companies, there's a company I bought the other day. Ananunua kampuni na make loss. So you want me to buy when it's making profit? You get that mentality? Yeah. Thank you very much.
Wow. Everybody take a breath, everyone, let's go and stand up for a minute. Let's all stand up for a minute, guys. I don't know what language you speak, but for me, the Daigua. Like, I get it. I get it. Like, give someone a high five. Tell them Ndindi is in the house. Let your money work for you. Go for efficiency, go for return on investment. And we're all gonna leave this room as economists. But relax, eh? Let's take our seats. Let's take our seats, guys. How many feels like like I got something? Now, how many feel like I got something? You got it, yeah? You got something? Wow. What did you get? Just give me one word. One word. What did you? I know he's curious to know. Were they even paying attention? Did they get my message? All right, get it. P/E ratio. What was that?
How much? How long does it take you?
Yes.
Get your money back.
Wow.
Get your money back.
Bishop, you got this. All right, let's hear somebody else. Let's get another. Let's get another. Yes. What else did you get? What is it? Huh?
Kenya is a gold mine.
Kenya is a gold mine. Oh, now, come on. Let's appreciate this man right here. All right, my ladies. So come on.
I've been getting it all wrong.
Thank you. Oh, is that not true? It is so true. I have 2 plots, by the way, that will be for sale starting tomorrow because I want to invest in undervalued
Companies.
I feel like I need to shake someone and tell them, did you hear that? So we have a couple of minutes. We'll take a few questions and then we'll wrap it up. I know it's late. I know you're going to go home. But one thing tomorrow, that was Kionjo. We have a 2-hour block for Mweshimiwa to speak to us tomorrow in law. Drake at action. Let me say law with just 4. So I really want to make sure that this team is there. And for this team, we're going to reserve the first seat. Because my graduate, you know. When other people say, you know, like you guys will be like, give me the name of them. I'm very curious to hear about the other company that is making losses. Right? I mean, when I was watching this man, I said, you know, I've admired Warren Buffett for so long, but I actually stopped. And now I admire the man from Kiharu. The other thing, I did not hear doom and gloom, everything is coming, like Kenya is coming to an end and all that. I heard that opportunity. Who said gold mine? Yes, that's another man from Kiharu. But I think I joined Soup to say I need to de-learn, I need to delete actually, I need to reset and learn. So we'll take some few questions. I know we have another mic. So we'll let Shiro, you go first. Thank you for joining us. Yes, and Pastor, you are very close. You definitely get a chance. I think, where's the other mic? Or you have the mic already? So please tell us your name. At least tell Mweshimwa your name. If it's okay to tell them what you do, if you're a CPA, whatever, and the CPA is not working for you, it's okay to say that. But anyway, my point is, tell us your name and one question. And then Mweshimwa will let you maybe take a couple, and then you can answer them. We'll try to be brief. I know there are a number of people who are letting me know that they gotta go. It's okay. But I think what I've learned here tonight, seriously, if someone had told me, I mean, if I was charged $500 just to get the knowledge. I mean, how many people do agree with me? You've learned something. The honesty you have not, this to me, I've not had this kind of stuff, especially coming from a politician. I've had hate, I've had a lot of tribalism. I've actually realized it's not 1 time, 2 times, 20 times. I want my money where I can. Are we good? Okay, so one, your name, your question, and yes. Then we'll get a few, and then we'll allow Mweshimwa to answer. Yes, please.
Thanks, thanks, Amos. My name is Wanjiro, and I'm a resident of Worcester, formerly at UON, School of Business. So I'm not a CPA, but I went to UON. I think my question is, I know you've spoken about the stocks. I did work at the stock exchange, and I know right now a lot of people here are investing in Mansa X. I don't know that word, I've spoken about Mansa X. So what do you think about investing in mutual funds, especially for people who don't have time enough to do the research on their own, knowing that at least they do the research behind the companies they invest in, and so you're getting, you're probably getting the returns based on the portfolio that they invest in. So for a lot of people who might not be conversant with actually studying the individual stocks, so you invest in a mutual fund and then you probably look for a portfolio that works for you in terms of the companies that you invest in. And I know Mansa X is the one that is currently in Ashika right now. Yeah. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Shiro. Next question, please.
Hello to Your Excellency, all the bishops, clergy, and the members in this room. My name is Charles Mutisia. I am from Kenya. I'm a Kenyan citizen, but I came here a year ago to study a master's in business analytics at Hull's Business School. It's just next to Cambridge. I am a CPA from Strathmore, then a master's in Strathmore as well. And so I'm so impressed by Mweshimiwa. He's my friend. He has been to my village a number of times. And you know, he has been my friend in LinkedIn for so many years, and I'm impressed by his hunger for education. And my question is about education, because I'm passionate about education. So we say, the word of God says that my people get lost because they lack knowledge. Now, looking at the future and seeing you being the future president, how do we enhance and improve the education in our country? How do we bring Harvard to Nairobi? We know Africa, we are African, and Africa is our business. How do we make sure then that we get it right in terms of education? Because if we get it right in terms of ensuring that we have the right kind of education, we'll not probably be where we are now in the next future. So thank you so much.
Good evening. Jambo. Kwa majina naitwa Nishamania kutoka pande za Kilgoris, Narok. I think I am one of the unique ones here. Ngoja nasema adhili. Lakini nilisomea Juja pia, so Kilgoris, so naelewa kidogo. Mimi ni mmoja wao. Wakati ndini tulipokuwa tunasema bottom up ilikuwa hapo. Lakini baada ya miezi 6 nikaona ni kumoto. Mimi ni mwanabiashara. Nikaona acha niende niongeze masomo nikireflect back, kwa sababu ile wale watu walikuwa nimebeba wameanza kuniuliza maswali. Lakini swali langu ni hili, tumegusia mambo ya stock exchange. Mimi ni mtu mmoja ambaye naogopa hiyo sector sana, kwa sababu kwanza sielewi regulations ya stock exchange ama kitu inachohusu hiyo. Kulingana na serikali yetu, you know it as the most corrupt kind of a country. If you ask me, I'm a software engineer, and currently I'm doing a master's in business analytics, actually in the same institution, International Business School. But how is it safeguarded for someone like me who has zero knowledge about investment? I can actually do a lot of other things, but knowing how the stock exchange operates, how does the government comes in, and how secure am I when I just, because I will be investing blindly because I trust NDINDI, my next president. In the few years, will be our president.
Amen.
Interestingly, you are my agent. That is something, when it comes to agent, sometimes we have that power to push ourselves. So how do you safeguard me, Lashan, from saying, okay, I'm putting this trust, regardless of what government we have, my money is safe. Okay, thank you.
All right, before we take the next question, if you are the owner or the driver or you came here with this car, there's a Toyota, I think this is a Highlander, it's white, Massachusetts plate number 24Y720. It's a white Toyota Highlander, plate number 24Y720. We'd like to make sure that we don't want your car to be towed. So we'd like you to go down. There are enough parking spots. I think you just need to move it to the next spot. And then there's also someone who actually blocked the fire hydrant. And I think that the PD have already reported that it needs to be moved. So if you actually block the fire hydrant, that is another. Yeah, it's a serious problem. I don't know. It looks like it's either a Ford, like the newer Ford. It's a Massachusetts plate number. I'm sorry, I'm not able to read the Massachusetts plate number, but we all know how the fire hydrants looks like, right? So you parked right next to. You're not sure.
What color?
It's silver. What is that? It could be a newer. Is that a Hyundai? Okay. So, all right, Mheshimiwa, I don't know whether you want to take one more or you want to deal with those. We can take one more. Okay. Yes. Okay. So let's. So okay. Okay.
All right.
Let the mic come this way. I think Mheshimiwa can handle 3 more questions and then we call it.
All
okay,
right.
It will be yours. It will be my good friend there, and it will be Pastor.
Okay. Thank you so much, Mheshimiwa. It's really lovely to be here. My name is Susan Bantu. Susan is a mental health professional and currently pursuing my doctorate in mental health counseling. And so, economics. I just heard you talk about in the beginning, even before you wowed us about all the things that are going wrong. You talked about Kenya you're here to talk about an economic dawn. And you mentioned 3 countries. I was following that. And you talked about leadership in those 3 countries. There's something I picked up. Are you seeing yourself as a person that is going to bring that economic dawn into our country? That's one question. And then the next one is, thank you so much for saying what I've been thinking all along, the economic drain of remittances that we always send home. It is a hole that never ends. It is like a belly that never gets full, and we are always sending and sending and sending. Some of us look back at our send waves, all those things, and the amount of money that we, it sends us how much money, the statements, yes, at the end of the year. And you're like, what did you just do? All right? And all that money could have gone into those shares. I just want to thank you for enlightening me. I'll always be quoting you everywhere I go. NYORO told me this. Thank you.
Thank you. Nothing to John.
Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So you want to take those first? Okay. All right, let's pass on the mic to Yoshio, and then you take the other two questions.
I think it's better first to address these ones, and I'll be brief. My mother is called Susan Wajiro. So Susan and Wajiro there. So she asked about mutual funds. No wonder. I say that I am giving my personal opinions. So there is nothing right or wrong. Only that I'm giving my personal opinion. I don't invest in mutual funds because you invest in a mutual fund when you're not very sure about what you're doing. When you are not sure about what you're doing, you do everything so that everything cancels out. Warren Buffett always says about diversification is for people who actually don't know what they're doing. When you find yourself, you go to the stock market, of the listed companies which are 60, you bought 30 of them. You just don't know what you're doing. So you're trying to average intelligence here and folly on the other side. So when you do folly and intelligence, what you get is zero sum. A minus and a plus is called zero sum. Mutual fund does the same. You put in money, they invest, yes, in the best way they know how. But if I know the best way to invest, why should I put my money together with other people's money? Let me just put my money where it is best, because I know where it is best. And what is best is based on data, it's based on analysis, and the kind of things I'm calling data and analysis are not complex analytics. It's very simple. This one will do for you everything you need. P/E ratio, price to book value, you are able to know price to book value, for example, happens a lot in banks when you're analyzing. It's called P/B. The lower the better. If you find the price to book value of a bank is 0.7, it means you're buying that company at 70% discount. If you get it's 1.2, it means you're buying it at 20% premium. AI will do for you all those things. Itakupea tu summary, kazi yako ni kucompare. Kuna vitu mnaita masaa hapa. Masaa. Unaielewa? Hiyo masaa kama hiyo masaa 4 unatafuta hiyo pesa unalipwa. Sometimes give yourself hiyo masaa sasa kwako nyumbani with your laptop. You'll be able to do very many things with those 4 hours in analyzing. Hata utanipigia simu kuniuliza, NYORO tunanunua nini? You will buy before I buy. Because you are well armed. And I came here to arm you with that. So mutual funds for me is never my cup of tea. Bwana Charles, thank you very much, bro. Education, I'll mention it this way. Education breeds technology. Technology breeds efficiency. Efficiency brings complexity to an economy. And that's what grows an economy. A complex economy is where, you know how Singapore grew? One company called Texas Instruments from here in America was the first one to buy the bullet and invest in some small country called Singapore. after they really pitched, Singaporean pitched, kuja tu tafadhali weke hapa. Alikuwa amesumbuliwa Malaysia. So akaenda hapo Singapore, akawapea ma quotations, do this within 50 days. I'll come to that small country called Singapore. So Texas Instruments went. After Texas Instruments went, all the other electronics company followed. You know why? If Samsung comes and puts up a factory in Kenya, the person who makes up their cover will come to Kenya. The one who makes up their screen will come to Kenya. The conductor one will come to Kenya automatically. So within 3 years, 10,000 electronics companies had set up base in Singapore. That's how education makes a company complex. Because by the time they are coming, skills precede. By the time they are coming, technology precedes. Good planning. All those things are elements of good education. Let me not delve into what we need to do because of time, but there is a lot. I mean, in my free time, what I do, I actually take up sectors of the Kenyan economy and start writing down what we need to do about them. So, education would take me a day to say what we need. That's why I've just said the top line. If it's power sector, I have done it. Because I believe, as I said before, what we lack is that we just wake up and ask, tufanye nini leo? Tuende Nyandaro. Tufanye nini leo? Tuende Kisii. Tukalaunch sijui nini. Yashan, Kilgoris nimekuwa huko mara mingi. Hali kunanyesha karibu kila siku. Very blessed place. What I can assure you, I've been buying shares since my first year in campus. Know these guys. I'm not telling you to invest in government. I know you all hate the government of Kenya as it is now. I am not telling you to invest in the government of the Republic of Kenya. I'm telling you to invest in the Republic of Kenya. There's a very stark difference on those two things. And the more the reason I'm telling you to be fundamentally guarded. You know what I like, for example, nowadays about our companies? 50% of equity profits came from outside Kenya. That's 75.5%. So the political risk distribution has already been sorted by the foresight of the companies. So, CMA is one of the institutions I really respect. NSC is a private company, just like NASDAQ. NASDAQ is a private company. They are just of an exchange. You can buy shares of the NSC itself. You can buy shares on Monday. It's listed itself. So it's also not government. The only area that you need to always do some basic research to know what to do are government-owned companies. However, our market has already taken note of that. And if you look at all government-related companies except Kenya Pipeline, Kenya Pipeline listing was political, even the current price is political. So if you remove Kenya Pipeline, you realize that all government-associated companies traded at huge discounts. Because the market has already factored in that risk we have talked about. And I'll give you an example. It's a company called Kenyari. Can somebody check for me? You'll be surprised. Actually today, use your own phones. Very good. Can you just go there? What is the valuation of Kenyari today? Kenyari. Kenya then Re. It's called Kenya Insurance. Kenyari. What's the valuation of Kenyari? Just check. It's direct. Yeah? 18 billion. Atika pahali. 18 billion. I want you to do something else. I hope AI will fetch in that data. Kama haita fetch itawambia. Can you check what is the cash and cash equivalent of Kenyari? I'll tell you what that means. What is the cash and cash equivalent of Kenyari? If you don't get it right, I'm sure I'll tell you because I know it all. What is the cash and cash equivalent asset? Oh, I think at an asset.
6.9.
No.
13.4.
No. No. Okay, let me tell you so that I don't tire. That, I know AI sometimes, you know, kama hiyo ni kitu very hidden. Iko kwa financial statements, which you can also get at your free time. No. The cash, can you listen to this? Kenyari is valued at 18p. Has no loan. Hawana loan ya mtu hata shilingi moja. Sawa? Are you together up to there? The cash and cash equivalent of Kenyari is 45 billion shillings. What is cash and cash equivalent? The money they have in the bank and the ones they hold treasury boards and bills is 45p. Remember, they also have real estate, Kenyari Insurance Plaza, Anniversary Towers, all those are theirs. But they are also an insurance company operating in 83 economies, including they have an office in India. Do you know what I mean? Kaska buys this building. Amepewa title ni yake. Pays 18 million. So reduce. Ile 18 billion amefanya 18, si ndio? Amenunua 18 million Sitaki kuongea billions, that's why nimeondoa ma zeros. Kenyari is 18p, so hii ni Kenyari. Hata wata nitumie the actual money. Yununue hii building 18 billion. Ukiingia hivi kwa ile drawer ziko pale chini upate mfuko. Kwa hiyo mfuko iko na cash money ya 45p. Then upigie mwenye amekuuzia nyumba, hey, I got some money here. Then they tell you, but you bought the entire building, including what is inside. That's what Kenyari is. I know it doesn't make sense, but that's how it is. If you bought Kenyari today, you'd pay 18p. But in their own bank account and treasury reports, they have 45 billion. So you'd go withdraw the 18, urudishe ile, na hii kile ibaki kiwa yako. The market has already factored in a lot in the value Kenyari just because government is the number one shareholder. But the company is fundamentally very sound. So that part of government is the one I was trying to answer. Can you imagine? These things government is doing privatization. Museme sisi ni diaspora. Mimi nitasema Worcester. Because I have the permission. I was the chairman. So museme sisi kama diaspora, we want to buy that Kenyari thing. You pay mchake just a small percent. Hiki yote mchukue loan. Mchukue banki yote 18B. The whole insurance company. Kufungua mlango ndani kuna 45, hiyo ni cash. Amejahesabu real estate. I know it doesn't seem even near real. Because unajiuliza how. I'm also asking how. Last one, Susan. How I see politics, that's why I have actually, if you noted, avoided it today. If I just started that route, would not have benefited the way we have benefited. Yes. And there is time for politics over and over. And Susan, as I said before, me, I believe this. Mungu amenipea nafasi. I know for sure, the position I have, God uses people to place us where we are. It's my obligation every day to do the best I can. I also know this. The country belongs to God. And us as leaders. So I never worry what I'll become. I never. That one, Mungu atapanga. But whatever I have, I'm grateful. Do your best. Prepare yourself for anything. then let things do. Run their course.
Okay.
And the issue of remittances, I can't agree more. I mean, remittances is consumer driven. FDI is investment driven. The only handicap of remittance as consumer driven is that the owner of the money is not the consumer. It is the people you are sending to.
Yes.
So there is no congruence of the owner of the money and the utility of the money. So your motivation to send is not there because you are sending. If you send me money to buy soda, it's not you getting quenched, it's me. So where is your motivation as the sender of the money? To give. You only give what you can afford to do what? To give or lose. But if you are sending me money to buy this company of soda, so that in America we start making money in Kenya together as profit, you are bound up together in that cause because your self-interest is intertwined. That is the thing.
Thank you.
We have Mr. Jomo, we have Mr. Nancy, I think we have Mr. Alvin, and those are the questions for today. So Mr. Jomo. Yeah.
All protocols observed. My name's Sydney Mbiosi, and I'm a postgraduate student, and I'm an engineer by profession. First, I just have a comment. Cha kwanza nasema ni we've seen Kenyan leaders out there using public funds to buy Kenyan companies, but we have Honorable NDINDI coming to the people and telling the people to buy those companies and showing us how to do it. And that is very commendable. Very commendable. On to my first question. I only have two questions. First question. We know what happened in the year 2024. And we've talked about interest. Pesa. Tuongelea pesa. Now 2024, we know what happened at the time. And my question is, what's the possibility of the diaspora having a representative in the Kenyan government? On to the second question. We all know that the Kenyan debt has ballooned from billions to trillions. And we've seen some economies actually rejecting unconstitutional debt. What is your take on rejecting unconstitutional debt? That's my time. Thank you.
Thank you. Jomo. One question, please.
I'll probably not ask a question. I won't even ask. Mheshimiwa NDINDI tumetoka pahali pamoja na wewe. I am from Kiharu Padi ya Gidambo. And when you were born 1985, I was teaching at the Kahatia Secondary School. Na juu ya hayo, I'm also so happy to be here kwa sababu ya kwa niaba ya watu wa Murang'a. Tuna Murang'a group hapa pamoja na Reverend Pale, and that group is for the things that we are discussing are the things that we discuss. But there is one particular question that I want to see. Those things that you have said are so golden, mambo mazuri. But I want to take you back to the companies you mentioned. Mumias. Mumias is a Kenyan company taking care of the sugar growers. It was brought down by the Kenyan government. Why? They allow us to import cheap sugar from Uganda, from wherever. That is how Mumias went down, even Somalia. So I'm asking you, with that beautiful articulation that I can hear from you, and I'm so proud of you, because of Gadukine and Nagaideri na kila pahali. How are we going to regulate? Because this country, United States, the reason why companies run and they make profits year after year, because we have what you call regulations. They get regulated. They don't operate in the wilderness. That's an area that, especially those of you who are in the registry just, those are areas that I want you to check. Number two, you talk about companies that are doing well, starting with the Equity Bank. The reason why those companies are doing well is because when it started there in Morarandia, people had what you call trust. If we do not trust that these people are going to regulate on our behalf, we are not going to invest. I invested in that company you just stated here, KPC, Kenya Pipeline, hoping I would be rich like you, but I made a mistake because I didn't know it was government regulated. If I knew there was politics involved, I wouldn't have gone there. But how are we going to create a trust for that? Because most of us are holding money here. Because Wangombe, we don't know whether we invest, it's going to give us, we're going to lose it the way we lost in Mumias, the way we lost in Kenya Airways, and on and on and on and on and on. So you are the Moses. And I want you not to be actually the Moses, I want you to be the Joshua who can make us cross. Asante sana na Mungu akubariki.
Thank you, Joshua. Joshua is your new name, and so we have a book here that should be going around real quick. Mheshimiwa would like to get in touch with you to send you a thank you note when he gets to Nairobi through his team. Would like to have that going around. So tafadhali, I think it would be good you write to us. I would like to hear something from you. What happens, especially in America, when you call the Democratic Party today, by the time you get to your car, you receive an email telling you thank you. I think for us, we're not looking at it from the angle of politics, but I think I'm looking at an angle of information. If that would be something that you're interested, please give us your name, an email. Is that good enough? And a phone number. Tafadhali. Just pass it around. Okay. I think we have one more.
Okay, I'll be so brief because some of the questions I had have already been asked. As I said, I'm Pastor Nancy. I'm a businesswoman. I'm in the field of health. I also did medicine in Kenya, Kakamega Medical Training College. And my question, so it's a comment, kind of. First of all, I want to thank you for what you are doing, because I don't think we have ever gotten anybody who is voluntarily to come and give a free education for people to be so knowledgeable about what they're supposed to do. People have been doing all these things in the front, buying what, and we have come to be so knowledgeable with what you have provided for us. So thank you so much for delivering that to us. My question, my comment, my asking is, the people that we are here as community leaders, we all know that July 18, and some of you know that July 18 we have HFC coming, HFC Bank coming and sponsoring Kenyans dinner. That is in those sides of Raw, where you're going to be tomorrow. And everybody here is invited, but first come, first served, because we know in Massachusetts we are 25,000 people from Kenya, so we only 200 people. So first come, first served. Give me your name and tell me you're going to be there. It's going to be July 18. And also, we're going to be doing passport and ID from Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday up to 12, because people have to prepare for dinner. We're going to have our ambassador here and the HFC Bank. And the reason I'm requesting you, if you can come and speak to people, because people need to know this. Are we so grateful for what he's doing? And of course, we don't want to be jealous and just be it for us. And at that particular day, many people will come to know, and even that week, because many people, you meet so many people during the passport time and all these things. So, we are requesting you, we are requesting you, can you avail yourself, please? because HFC Bank has asked me to ask some readers, 5 readers, whoever I can choose to come and speak. And I think you are the most important person among other people I can choose. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I know we are wrapping it up. So, with all respect, how many people appreciate this man again for hosting us? So we are literally out of time. I just whispered to Mheshimiwa, we have 5 minutes. Thank you for extending us that 5 minutes.
If we can leave by 11:30, should be fine. I cancel the first.
Oh wow,
alarm
that's
good.
I cancel the first alarm already before the police come, so
yes.
11:30 should be enough.
Okay, thank you, thank you. I really appreciate. I know we have tons of questions. There's a good brother from Liberia. You had a question, and then Pastor, and then we please. Yes, then we call it today, right? Okay, thank you. So you be the last one, and you ask one quick question, please.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me in your midst. I mean, I just came here by way of, I can say, quote-unquote, accident, broadcaster just invited me. However, I saw you on Facebook, and a lot of people are commenting on, I think you were at Harvard, and you and an Asian guy, you guys were taking pictures, I saw that smile, and people were commenting on it. And I think you're a young guy that God has given to Kenya and I would say Africa at large. Yeah. But everything that you just explained, I am motivated. I am very, very curious. But I'm not from Kenya. So if I am interested in making some investment in it, that may have some return on some of my money. How possible is that since I'm not from Kenya, how can that work for those of us who are not from there? Knowing the PE on my investment on them.
Thank you. Let's appreciate him. Yes, Reverend.
Thank you very much, Mheshimiwa, for coming. We are so proud for the information that you have been able to give to us. As I said, my name is Reverend Samuel, the president and founder of Focus Group Center here in the US and also in Kenya. My question is just advice to us, because most of us probably we cannot be able to invest in stock market, like you said. But I know before, because I've invested in the stock market, but I was very disappointed because I was using brokerage companies, and actually I had probably you know them. One was Reliable, the other was Old Mutual, and some of them collapsed. And when they collapsed, we lost a lot of shares. Do you have an advice? Because sometimes individuals like us who are out, maybe we cannot be able to buy on ourselves. Maybe we have brokerages that we can be able to use, or can we have a way that can be able to help us to buy the shares or to do the investment?
Thank you. Let's pass on the book, please. Let's pass it around.
Really quick.
Yeah, just an update of saying that what Honorable Dede has said so good, because first of all, he's giving us from Kenyan practical perspective. Most of us have been in this country. We don't even know what goes on in Kenya, and even the terminology they use when it comes to investment, P/E ratio. It's not something we use here in Massachusetts. I know one of us here, I think Susan's talked about it. Most of us Kenyans here knows about mutual funds. By the way, I am finance background, certified financial planner, PhD in business administration. So I understand these things inside out, okay? And former chief accountant of Battershoe Company, Lemuru. So I understand Kenya and economics and investment. Just for you to know here, the language we use, we say we have a rule of 72. You know what is the rule of 72? Okay, rule of 72 is whereby you get what you are investing divided by the rate, 72 divided by the rate interest rate or compounded interest, and see how many years it will take you to get your money back. Example, if you get Rule 72, you take 72, divide by 8% interest rate in a compounded interest, it will take you 9 years to get back your money. That is what we use in America. We also have another rule called 7 to 12. What is the rule of 7 to 12? The rule of 7 to 12 is whereby, you can Google it and see, rule of 7 to 12 is whereby if you want to invest something, you take your money, invest it in between or diversify it in between 7 to 12 ways of investment, so that you diversify your rate of return or your loss perspective. Why did I stand up to clarify this? For you to know that even we, the pastors, understand about the money. Even after honorable goals, you can still come back to us and we'll educate you on investment.
Allow me to be very quick in response of these other ones. Bwana Nyabiosi, engineer. In terms of diaspora having a rep, it's a good idea, but you have to take into account that diaspora is fragmented in terms of geography. So think about that as diaspora to see how that fits. The other thing is Kenyan debt is very worrying. We are now at around 12.5 trillion shillings. We are borrowing around 4 billion shillings every day in Kenya without including refinancing. Refinancing is the debt you borrow equity to pay cooperative, that is not counted. I've only talked about net debt, 4 billion shillings every day. So we have we're in a problem debt-wise. We are actually in a debt distress. Currently, IMF is not having any program in Kenya because they think we are not prudent enough. Bwana Jomo from Githambo, Mumias collapsed, Everready disappointed, Uchumi collapsed, Rivertex was not listed. Now,
Equity has been having problems.
Never.
No. Here, with the trust, there are people who went down.
Oh, okay. Maybe equity in terms of clients, but in terms of as a company, it has been doing exemplary well. So, if you look at all those companies, if you had actually done your research properly, you could not have bought. You just bought because there was an IPO and people are buying. And you have been told when an IPO is there, people make money. KPC. In my previous videos during KPC IPO, I was against it. Because even the current price is manufactured by government. If the government withdraws its manipulation of KPC shares, its price will be around 3 to 4 shillings. That is a basic, using the other things you are doing here. Pastor Nancy, thank you very much for the compliment. HF are actually my friends, including the CEO. Kebara, yes, but it will not be very appropriate. Coming is to endorse the company. And I want to give general talks. I find my input more on investments being about what you've done today. I've not told you what to do, but you're living here knowing what to do.
Can I clarify that?
Yes.
When they come, they're going to talk, I don't know if you were able to watch the one that we had in Washington, the central bank came, but there were people now, like the way you are talking, you're not going to talk about HFC Bank as individual, as like endorsing them, but talking about economy, how people can, what you are saying now.
Pastor, this is the point. As a politician, when you appear here, and the meeting was for Republicans, they had actually invited you to talk about weather.
You are unhappy. That is what
Yeah. So my brother from Liberia, when you're investing in Kenya, You actually don't need to be Kenyan.
Okay.
Safaricom number one shareholder is not Kenyan. Top shareholders of Equity Bank are not Kenyans, by the way. World Bank is there. I think Swedish facts. You don't need to be Kenyan. As an African, in fact, I knew you are not about Kenya when you said it. You are brothers, man. So come invest. No one will ask you any question. Get your money, get it out. Reverend Samuel, brokers, statecraft gets strengthened with time. State institutions get their footing with time. There is a time we had stock brokerages, Nyaga, and others collapsing. That can't happen in Kenya anytime soon. The kind of regulation that is there, even if a broker collapses today, your shares will just be moved to another broker. No broker can sell your shares. At least nowadays we are past that. That should never be a worry anytime. Bishop Wanyaki, thank you for the compliment, and I agree they'll come to you. Just the final clarification, my brother Amos. You know, me as a politician, I always like not over-promising and just as plain as what you see on the table. What you are feeling is for the organizers to thank you for coming. So if I don't get back to you, don't feel conned or don't feel over-promised. So feel the organizers need to also tell you thank you for coming. So if I don't get back, get my number, get to me. I think that's easier. If I promise you that I'll get back to you, I'll be lying. But you have ways of getting my number. I can even give it to you, mostly through text, because calls are never possible. Because you see, for example, all the hours I was here, but text I'll see them. So I can give you my number. Since it's live, all these people have my number. Engineer. Yes. Please get it from the people who have. Otherwise, because I want us to finish. Thank you very much. And God bless you. And those who are coming tomorrow, see you there.
Wow, thank you. Let's give him a good round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Let's all stand up, appreciate our brother, our leader, someone who spent the whole evening tonight sharing and oozing a lot of wisdom. Let's appreciate him well, guys. Out of this conversation, I am very hopeful. Out of this conversation, I'm motivated, but I'm also a good student, right? So we'd like to thank everybody who is here. We have a quick, Engineer Muturi will do a quick vote of thanks. I think it is very clear the organizers would definitely like to come to you and tell you thank you. We have an event tomorrow. Please join us and give us some little company, but more importantly, let's learn together and support the dream and the vision and the mission. There is consular services coming up in July 16, 17, and 18. Information will be shared, so please pass it along. It's for good for our children, for ourselves. Straighten up your passports, your paperwork, enjoy the consular services, and take advantage when they come here. Engineer Muturi.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I want to take a very short time to thank each and every one of you for coming.